Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with a quick video update here in regards to the hoarded campaign energy for an upcoming event. But more importantly, I have not touched on this in past videos, which is how to actually use all of the hoarded campaign energy as effectively as possible, so that way you guys are maximizing the best value in terms of how to use this, and at the same time also being mindful of certain milestones that you can take advantage of. So what am I referring to, ladies and gentlemen? Just for the purpose of this video, but as well in the future, there are other events like this I'm going to be directing to this video, which is the fact that there is a campaign energy spending event coming, being called the Diamond Clause. Right now, it doesn't really matter which event it is, but the purpose and the rationale is going to be the exact same. You wait for the event to go live, and then you can start utilizing the campaign energy. And the reason I hoarded was because of a leaderboard setting. That's typically the only time I would save campaign energy, is if I know I'm competing with other players, and being free to play myself, I know that this is the competitive advantage I can get over those that spend. Now, why does this matter? Well, for this leaderboard anyways, there's a limited resource here in ISO 8 Purple, as well as an opportunity potentially for diamonds in Old Man Logan. I don't really care about the Old Man Logan diamonds because I don't even have him a 7 red, but more importantly, I just want to maximize as much as I can on the ISO 8 Purple, and that's going to give me an opportunity here. Having said that, there are certain nodes I would recommend in using the campaign energy, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. In addition to that, being very mindful of some milestones that you can min-max. Let's talk about the milestones real quick, so that way you're aware. If we head over to milestones, there's a couple of ones, and again, because I've been hoarding campaign energy, you'll see both these Save the World milestones have not been utilized at all. There's a timing difference, however. Take a look at this, right? The Diamond Clause event, which is the event that we're needing the energy for, starts in about 1 hour and 12 minutes at the time of recording. Both these Save the World milestones actually end in 4 hours. So there's actually a differential here of new milestones that are going to churn over that you can take advantage of, therefore being able to double dip. What am I talking about? Well, if you go to the Save the World here, something that's really important in the game is power cores. And you can see with this one, let's scroll all the way to the very bottom. If you're able to spend 2,880 campaign energy here, you're able to maximize all these milestones, including all the power cores being available here. This is a good one to max out because this is actually a 2-day milestone that you can maximize on. Let's back out too. There's another Save the World milestone. This resets daily, so it's not a big issue. But remember, these ones reset after the event starts, so you can actually take advantage of a new rerunning of this event, right? So this Save the World one is a lot shorter. You only need to spend about 1,200 campaign energy and go all the way to the very bottom. So my game plan for this is going to be very simple. The event goes live in about an hour from now. I'm going to be utilizing 2,800 campaign energy so that both these milestones are maxed out at the very bottom here, right? And then after that's done, at the 4-hour mark, when both these milestones get reset with the next pairing of events, you use the rest of the campaign energy. And by doing so, you're able to min-max more rewards. You're able to get some more power cores, more materials and resources for you. Because a lot of folks, when the event goes live, they just use all their campaign energy. And although that is not a bad practice, it's not the best practice because you can take advantage of another milestone on top of that, getting more further rewards for your account. I also want to talk real quickly here, in case you guys aren't aware, there are certain campaign nodes that you should be focused on, so that way, once again, you're getting more value. And that is going to be the Nexus hard chapters at the very end here. Reason being is because node for node, energy for energy, you're getting way more value in terms of, you're actually getting 50% more value in the training materials and resources. For example, what am I talking about? Let's just grab a random node here. And you can see each node that you farm here is going to give you 3 L3 training modules. This is flat all across the board from chapters 1 to chapter 6. How is this important? Well, if you're farming every single node in Nexus chapters, it's going to give you that much more training materials, because the next hard chapter that's close to the Nexus would either be the Heroes one or the Villains chapters. And let's take a look real quickly at any of the villain nodes. You can see the exact same node, very equivalent here in terms of energy spending. Difference is that it only gives you 2 of these L3 training materials versus 3. So you're getting 50% more with the Nexus hard chapters. So that's a very, very notable difference that you can obviously compound, especially if you have a lot of campaign energy hoarded like myself that you see on screen. The other one I want to point out is obviously my game plan is going to be farming every single node in Nexus. That will be using the majority of my campaign energy. But again, I'm going to be watching for that in timing of the milestones, so that way I can double dip on the new Save the World milestones as well as the current one before it ends. I also want to point out, make sure you guys are aware of certain nodes here in both heroes and villains where they're going to give you a little bit of extra value for farming nodes. And I'm sure you've been aware of this for quite some time, but there's certain nodes that give you gold orb fragments, right? Chapters 4-6 right here. I believe it's chapters 5-6 with Echo, and then finally 7-6. All of them giving you additional gold orb fragments. Conversely, if you go to the villains chapters, you can get actually the same thing except training materials version. So you go to chapter 7 here, 7-6 gives you training materials. Chapter 6 here with Viv Vision is going to give you some additional resources right there, training materials. And finally, chapter 4 right here. And these are the 6 ones that I farm for the hard chapters for heroes and villains, as well as every single node in Nexus. That should be able to do it. That should be able to use most of the energy. If you still have anything left to spare, focus in on the heroes and villains chapters, because once again, it's going to give you more of the training materials. Even if you go to the next step down for campaign energy, it's going to be Doom. And as you can see here, these materials just aren't even close, right? They give you 1 of the L3s and 3 of the L2s. So you definitely want to focus all of your time and effort with energy campaign spending on both heroes, villains, and then finally, as much as you can in Nexus, because once again, you're getting 50% more of the resources, and every single node matters in the Nexus hard chapter. So there you guys have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how I utilize hoarded campaign energy when I'm starting an event from scratch and there's a leaderboard competition. That's basically the best way to min and max this. Outside of if you have certain nodes that you want to farm characters for, I would highly recommend those hard chapters because they give you the best resources, the best training materials, and on top of that, the Nexus is hands down the best bang for buck for what you can utilize for campaign energy. So again, don't forget about the milestones here that you need to take advantage of at the end of the day. A lot of people miss this where they go ahead, the event starts, they completely unload on all their campaign energy and then completely forget that there's actually a new rerunning of the campaign energy here as well, for both to save the worlds and just because they're trying to race against time. But at the end of the day, you just have to wait another few hours afterwards and you can actually double dip back to back. So pretty strategic there. And lastly, because we have been hoarding campaign energy for the most part, remember that you still have this daily objectives that you can obviously claim afterwards. We've been missing this, but now we finally have a chance once again to be claiming this to add more points to the strike pass and obviously a little bit of gold here and there. Hopefully this is helpful. Maybe if you guys have any other tips or strategies you want to add to this, but yeah, I just wanted to make this so that way it's very rare I hoard this much and use it all in one event, but it's a rare opportunity. I wanted to take this moment to explain my thought process, and as well, hopefully you guys have also been following along because this is how we've been crushing a lot of these events completely free to play. Thank you for your time as always, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.